Hi everyone, welcome to yet another session of Data Stream Academy. So in our previous sessions, we have already discussed on RPA and different tools available in the market for RPA. And we have decided we will be moving on with Uipath, and we have already taken sessions on what are the key components we have in Uipath and what are the buzzwords we would be hearing in all our sessions. So today I'm not going to anything theoretical or on the explanation level. We are going to build a boat. So as I said, we are going to in the previous session, I've already told you that I would be starting with Studio. So in that itself, we would be building a boat today. So when you build a boat, this is a studio. As you can see, when you open the studio, we would be getting the home page. And we have already had a session where we can install how we can install the UiPath Studio, and this is a community version. And here we can see all kind of items here. We are not going to drive into it. I will currently park it and we'll revisit it a later point of time. So today, as I said, we are going to build a boat. So for building a board, first we will be coming and clicking on this portion where we need to create a process. So when we click on this process, we would be getting a pop-up where we can provide the name and hit the create button for creating a board. So I'm not creating a new one. I have one thing which is already loaded. Why I've not taken the other route is like because and we create a new process, we wouldn't be having a dependency. As you can see in the right left panel, we have three to four dependencies added to the project. So whenever we take, as I have already told in the previous sessions, uh, how UiPath robot is built is like with few building blocks that is called activities. So when you add any activity, you would be having a package which need to be tied to the project so that we can use that activity in the project. So that tiedness that is being used by the project as called as dependencies. So this dependencies would be listed. So when I open a new process, these will not be listed. So when I take a activity, it would not be tied. So it would take a lot of times. So to avoid that, I have taken a process which is already built. So all the dependencies are loaded here. Then we have whenever a project is created, whenever process is created, the extension is, as you can see, it is XAML or XAML file. We already represent it as XAML file. Okay, and then JSON file is a file which stores all the information on the robot. Okay, so we'll dig deeper in later sessions. So we'll go to the activities and we are going to build it. So the use case is very simple. We are going to take an Excel, we are going to read it, and then we are going to display. That's very simple as that. So I have an Excel which is kept ready. So this is my Excel which is having few details. It's just having 3 rows where I have only 3 columns and 3 rows. So it would be displaying, the board would be coming here, it would be reading it, and it would be displaying all the details over here. Okay. So first thing first, when we go into the project, first we want is a activity to read that Excel, correct? So to read an Excel, we can use this Excel process scope. It's not read, it's like a bag. When you take a bag and we can keep all the items you want inside the bag. Likewise, when an Excel operations is needed to be done, we keep this Excel process scope as a bag and then we keep all the activities inside it. So let's double click it. It would be loaded over here. And then next we need we need to specify which file you are going to read it. So for that, we are going to use Excel file. So here we have few items which need to be filled. Here first one is like we need to specify the file which we are going to operate. So from here I need to specify the file. It's in the desktop, project, DSC, RPA, boards, DSA and data. So this is the same file which I've shown you. So inside that, this you can either keep it here or you can just rename it. It's like a reference which we are going to, it's like an object which we are going to tell this is a file. Okay. So now we have the file loaded, connected with the process. Now we need to read the data. So to read the data, we are going to go with, sorry, read, read range. So inside read range, give me a second, I got it wrong. Read range. So we can specify which range of data we need to read. Sorry, I did keep it in the do. So if I click it here and then double click on the activity, it will come inside. Else it will be going outside. Okay. So here we need to specify the data. So data dot sheet of sheet 1 dot range of okay, something happened. Okay, range of, give me a second, let me go with this, and then we can go the range. Okay, so I'll explain what I have done. So this is the object which we have, the object as in the reference which we have created, and with that reference what we are going to read. So we are going to read the sheet. So we are going to read the sheet of name sheet 1, and the range we have to specify as A to C. If we want to read something like only the first row, then we can give like this, or only the first column and the row, then you can give like this. So this is the same, you have seen this format in different places, like in the macros or C sharp, we are using the same format. And now we have to specify a data table variable where we can store it. So data table variable is nothing but it's a tabular structure one. It's kind of a two-dimensional array. Array format. It will be stored in the table format, and all the data will be stored in that. Okay. So in order to create a new variable, you can hit Control K to create a new variable, and then as a naming convention I usually follows. So DT represent data table. That is a convention I follows. You can follow anything, but whenever we create a variable, in my point of view, whenever we create a variable, just specify the data type as a prefix, so that it would be very easy for us to troubleshooting or when we are using the variable. Okay, whenever a new person is coming into the picture, it will be very easy. So we have the data read and kept into this data table. Now we need to use the for loop to read this data. So let's use the for loop. So we have the for each row in data table. We have the data table, and for each row of the data table, we are going to do the operation. So we have to specify the data table here, and then we need to specify what operations we are going to do. We are not going to do nothing but just to display the data. So we have the message box. We can use the message box here, and we need to specify what we are going to display. So data table is being read, and each row of the data table is being stored into this particular variable. So first thing first, we need to access that variable. Now from there, we need to access one particular item. So we have access to one particular item. So it has the row, and we are going to access one particular item. We need to specify which column, item of which column we need to access. So I'm going to access the first column. So we'll take the row, access the first column, and then move forward. So this is just for conversion. I'm going to concatenate the variables. So we need to specify, right? So 0th column means it is A. So we'll specify like this, and the concatenation, it is been done with plus. So when we use only this, it is not a string variable. That is why we are converting it to string by using dot to string. We're just converting the variable into dot to string. Okay. So then plus, then we again go with the second one, and then we'll just copy paste it. It will be easier. And then we need to change the column name, column index, I'm sorry. Now we have the third one. We are all good. So we'll just revisit whatever we have done now. We have the Excel process scope opened. We have specified which file we are going to do with the help of use Excel file. Sorry. And inside that we have the read range activity where we are specifying the read how to read the how to read the data from the range, and then we are storing into the data table. We are looping through the data table using the for each row in data table, and when we are using, then we are using a message box to display everything. So now we are going to run it. So we are going to run our first Uipath project. Okay, so I'm debugging it. I'm not running it, I'm debugging it. So it's getting run. So yeah, it is opening the Excel, it is reading it. So see, A is to be 1, B is equal to Ahina, and C is 20. So it's not looking good, right? So what we can do, we can keep it in different lines. Let's do that now. So yeah, it it came with all the three lows, but yeah, we'll do one more thing. We'll keep a new line activity so that it would be looking good. It was a messy one which we just saw, so I don't want that. We'll just have a new line in between so it would not be messy anymore. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think we are good. Yeah, we'll run it once more. So whenever we run an activity, we would be getting here all the data, like how, which step it has reached, what it is doing, everything. If we keep the log actions, if I haven't kept any, if we keep the log actions, it would be keeping the data. That log actions also will be coming here. Okay. So yeah, 1 and 60. Likewise, it is coming for all the three rows. So this is a mini, a very tiny UiPath project. This is the first project. So I would suggest you to open your studio, do these operations, and let me know if you have any confusions or any doubts. We'll meet next time with another theoretical session because we have done creating a project. So next time we are going to study whatever we have here in the UiPath studio. So we'll go to the home and we'll just find all the components and all those things will be whatever we park today, we are going to revisit tomorrow. Okay. So yeah. So very goodbye everyone.